Hello everyone, Bloody Ink Production is with you, and in this video I finish going through Undertale on No Mercy Run. In a week at the same time the full playthrough of Undertale on No Mercy Run will be released. It will be a collection of this walkthrough, but it will not contain my comments, so you can safely look at the passage of Undertale. But more on that later, but for now we are fighting with Mettaton.
Oh, yes.
Well, I have to admit, it was a long and quite intense battle. In my opinion, the most intense battle is on the neutral route, with the exception of the battle with Omega Flowey. There's nothing more to say. Although there's nothing to it, I have to play the role of an asshole killer, and Alphys is right there. Come on, let's laugh at her. And then this one-legged dog has already got me with its insignificance. Against her background, even I am less pathetic, and I generally shoot low-quality Let's Plays and still can't move forward in the development of Undertale RPG adventure beyond the script. Although okay, I exaggerated about such insignificance, except for the insignificance of Alphys. You don't even need to exaggerate anything with her. Toby Fox himself presents her as the most pathetic lesbian of the dungeon, needed only for the sake of creating a lesbian love line, otherwise God forbid representatives of sex minorities will be offended. Although all you need to do is not register on Twitter and Twitch, and in case of harassment, just turn off comments and dislikes everywhere, wait a couple of months and everything will settle down. Because now there is so much bullying, harassment and conflicts on the internet, it happens that they both appear at the speed of a bullet and disappear at the speed of a bullet, so it's very easy to get rid of most of the accusations, especially if you are not a popular person or such conflicts happen extremely rarely. Yes, and I think even if you are some kind of large studio, then it's enough for me to keep my mouth shut, and if someone gets upset, then say that we don't know anything about it. Fans are more important to us and in general we don't have time for one person's wishes. Then you can turn off comments and dislikes everywhere and continue working, and then after 2 to 3 months, when everything settles down, turn on comments and likes again. Well, so that such conflicts do not carry gigantic financial losses, you can try to target either a really adult and adequate audience, for example, making TV series, movies, or games with some kind of gloomy, mundane and realistic plot, or horror, or children's games for the whole family. As practice shows, this is quite it works for itself. The main thing is not to make Scott Cowden mistakes, otherwise you will wash off, or Yanderadeb mistakes, otherwise you will not wash of F at all. Although it is still difficult for me to judge this correctly, and I will not check such advice, I will just sit on the internet and quietly engage in my creativity. and try to avoid all sorts of scandals, conflicts, etc. And maybe only with the exception of some global problems like COVID-19, and even then I ignored this problem, and I shot a video about blocking YouTube only on a general wave and under emotions due to the fact that my life is fucked up anyway. They are bullied at school, everything is normal and normal with my studies, but everything is still tense, and I'm not talking about absolutely trifles, by type, my parents don't give a fuck about me, teachers don't give a fuck, and from friends there is only one friend who doesn't know why he is friends with me and like friends from a Facebook, and I'm not talking about the fact that I will soon have to start the script of Undertale RPG adventure, because on the one hand I have an active co-author, only one, and the script for Undertale RPG adventure needs to be written, and even on a tight schedule, and even I have my own things to do, since I need to study, and shoot videos, and write fan fiction and other games, to strive to do, and that's kind of time for it all seems to be enough, but where to gain strength is unknown. And yes, in this series I decided to whine. But I did it so that later there would be no thoughts about why Bloody Ink production killed itself, why I gave the channel into the hands of a certain Olin Bellis, or to whom I would give my channel there, before forcing this someone to openly admit it twice, once in the format of just news, and then in the form of a short video in which it is clear that the promise was given, plus it is still possible to force such a person to highlight the fact of my death, so that for sure videos will continue to come out and no one has any questions about changing the owner of the channel. And maybe this year no one will have any questions, but if my receiver does not delete all my old videos and does not start stupidly shooting new ones, at most on a similar topic, then someone may have such questions, and this someone may be you, the viewer. Well, in general, you understand. Well, when this lyrical absence is done, you can borrow walk through Undertale. You know, it seems like this video was supposed to be funny, full of sarcastic jokes and carnage, but you know, somehow it's not up to it now, since both the situation in the world and personal circumstances do not have it. But nevertheless, I think it was important for you to hear this speech. I think it is important for you to know about it, because at this moment in time I may be on the verge of the most difficult choice in my life, the ending of which may be extremely sad. And in the end, I would not like it if you, yes you, viewers and subscribers, after I sell my channel to Olan Bellis or someone else I can trust, it is important to me that after the channel is sold, you do not start poisoning its new owner and unsubscribe from this. The channel is only due to changes in format or changes in the host. You know, I would not like my labors, on which I spent hours and days of my life, to be forgotten by everyone just like that, simply because I found myself in difficult life circumstances from which there was no other way out. Well, bye, everyone. I'll see you when I go Undertale on the genocide route, so that I can immediately go through the post-genocide and well, you understand. All bye.